Welcome back, everyone, for another PWI episode on Booking the Territory Pro Wrestling Podcast YouTube channel. Today, Doc and I are sitting here, and we're just sitting here BSing, and we figured we'd do another one, and we're going to do January 1986 Pro Wrestling Illustrated. You're probably looking at it on the YouTube channel, and you can see Hulk Hogan's on the cover with that terrible-looking title, and then there's also a note that says, Gary Hart, and in quotes it says, Bruiser Brody isn't worth what the Von Erichs are paying him. So there you go, some world-class stuff in there. But anyway, let's dig into this thing, Doc. So I said January 86, but it's through September the 4th of 1985. So this is pre-Starrcade from 85, right when we started picking up doing the reviews of the NWA WCW Saturday night shows. So any opening thoughts before we jump into the top 10s here?
As always, pal. I'm blessed, and I plan for the next few minutes to be a blessing for all my sweet, sweet Docaholics out there.
Okay, asshole. Whatever you say. All right, we'll run through this. We'll run through this as quickly as possible because we got to get to Smoky Mountain Wrestling. That said, you got to remember during this time, not only did you have the NWA, AWA, WWF, WCW. Not only did you have World Class, Mid-South was still in business, Florida, Mid-Southern, which is Memphis. You had Missouri, Northwest, Portland. You had all those territories still alive and kicking.
What a great time.
Yes. So as we're giving these overall top 10s, keep in mind, this is still a time where the territories, although we're starting to get to that period where it's going to get tough for them, real tough for them, and they're going to start shutting down. We're still in 85 here, so it's not quite. It's not dire yet, but the end is coming.
A man can apply his carny craft and move around the country still.
You damn right. All right, so that said, let's do overall top 10 first, singles.
Okay.
So number 10. Is the magnificent Muraco, who was the number one contender to the WWF World Title.
That motherfucker was one of the most barrel-chested sons of bitches I've ever seen in my life. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, he was. Muraco, he sure was. Again, number one contender to the WWF World Title. Number 10, keep that in mind.
Well, he might
World
have been,
title at number 10.
He might have been holding the IC belt at that point. Timeline WWF, I don't know.
Well,
So.
It usually will say that here, but it doesn't, so that's why I'm like, I don't know.
Way to go, Apter.
Because, and here's the point you'll make on that is actually, I'll tell you who the WWF IC champ was in a second. Number 9 was Sergeant Slaughter, who was the American champion. For the record, Slaughter was the number 1 ranked person in the AWA. He was not the AWA World Champion. We'll get to more of that later.
Yep.
Number 8, Doc, Magnum Ta.
Magnum Ta.
Who, remember, he was the number 1 contender to the U.S. title because that's when he and Tully were in that freaking awesome heated feud.
Oh, yeah, they were throwing real blows probably about this time.
Yeah, them two, nobody smartened them up at that point to the businesses of work. Number 7, Tito Santana, WWF Intercontinental Champion. So
he and Muraco always feuded. That makes sense. I got it.
Well, Santana also feuded around that time, I thought, with Greg the Hammer. Or maybe.
Probably.
Okay.
You could do more than one feud back then because the Simpletons and the Marks and the crowd could handle multi-feud, layer feuds.
There you go with the Mark stuff, but anyway. Number 6 at this point, Nikita Koloff, who was the number... MAGA TA! He was the number 3 contender to the NWA World Title.
Makes sense.
Number 5... Dusty Rhodes, who was the NWA TV champion.
Planets and stratospheres, buddy.
Number 4, Tully Blanchard, U.S. heavyweight champ.
Look at all that Crockett talent.
Well, just wait. Not just wait, but yeah, you got a point. And then the top 3 are going to be pretty predictable. Number 3, Rick Martel, he was the AWA world champ.
Yep.
Number 2, Hulk Hogan, WWF world champ.
The Hulkster brother.
What you gonna do, brother?
I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna flip the channel up to number 1 and see that the real world's champion is Ric Flair, pal.
Yeah, you damn right it is. If you're following along with us on YouTube, you could see that the number 1 person is Ric Flair, obviously. All right, tag teams.
And as always, the marks, the doxaholics, all those people can see this. You can see it. I'm the only one that can't see this. So I'm
Right.
flying
I'm glad.
blind here.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm
That's what
glad you said that.
that's what makes me the smartest man alive.
So for the record, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Crockett guys in the top 10.
And
You've
they're all,
got
and most of them are young and studly.
yeah, you got 3 WWF guys, and you got 2 AWA guys.
Sounds
So
right to me.
just for the record there.
Let's hit the tag teams.
Tag teams.
Ole and Arn, number 1 through 10. Close it down.
No. Number 10, Jonathan Boyd and Rip Morgan. At the time, they were
the Kangaroos.
The Mid-Southern Tag Team Champions, or Memphis. That drives
They might have
Travis
been the
Eckel up
first
wall.
sheep herders or some shit. I don't know.
They're
They're Kiwi. They're Kiwi of some sort, pal.
Okay. Number 9 is Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo, who at that point were the number one
US
contenders
Express,
to
right?
Yeah, I believe so, and number 1 contenders to the WWF tag titles.
That's a good tag team.
Mm-hmm. They really were. They were good together. I mean, Windham ends up being as a solo was awesome too, but at that point they were a real good tag team. Number 8, you'll remember this from when we first started doing the NWA WCW reviews. Wahoo McDaniels and Billy Jack Haynes, the U.S. Tag Team Champions, NWA U.S. Tag Team Champions.
Yep. That's who goes out there and cuts the interesting promo between those two?
God. Well, remember the promos that we did listen to with them.
They keep doing paper, rock, and scissors to see who has to do it, and they just keep tying, and then their promo, nobody shows up for the promo because they're still in the back going, rock, rock, rock.
That's nice, Doc. Number 7, Dennis Condrey and Bobby Eaton.
Yeah, buddy.
To the Midnight Express, number 1 contenders.
That's a good tag team right there, pal.
Now, keep in mind, they're the number 1 contenders to the NWA tag titles at that point. Now, I'll explain why as we get deeper into this. Number 6, this was a strange time in Mid-South. Al Perez and Wendell Cooley had won the Mid-South tag team belts. And a lot of people don't realize this. I think it was really weird when they won this because I remember this as a kid. But at the same time, they were actually good. It just was weird seeing those two as the Mid-South tag champs. And that high, too. Number 6, Al Perez and Wendell Cooley. Think about that in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, Ole and Arn Anderson, the National Tag Team Champions, NWA. You'll love number 4, Doc. Chris Adams and Gino Hernandez, world-class tag champs.
I think they were the dynamic duo. That was a heat-seeking team because Gino could get heat, and Adams had turned. They were hated sons of bitches down here in the Dallas area. But I bet they might have been hated by certain people, but I bet those two were still pulling ass left and right.
Oh, yeah. Well, think about that.
Because broads don't really care if you're good or bad. It's whether or not you got money and power.
That's true. And then think about this, too. They were the number 4 ranked tag team in the world.
Sure they were. Why not?
The world.
If you have a problem with it, Chris Adams will kick your head off, and then Gino will do a line of coke off of it.
On your corpse on the ground.
On your rolling skull.
Yeah. Yeah, amen. So that was number 4. That's just and the thing is, this to me is the end of the peak of world class though at that point.
Yeah, it's about to go jump off the cliff that promotion's about to do the Von Erich thing.
Oh, Jesus, Doc. God. All right, number 3, Greg Valentine and Brutus Beefcake, WWF World Tag Team Champions.
Yuck.
They were all right. I mean, I
like Valentine. But...
Yeah. I did, obviously, too. Number 2, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express, the NWA World Tag Team Champions.
You, buddy. So you know who's number 1.
Well, I'll let you say it.
They're chained up in the back just waiting for the call.
That's right, the Road Warriors. Now, remember, this is before they lost the AWA World Tag Team belts, too. This is before they came to Crockett. As of this publication, September 4th of 85.
They still got to drop the belts to the Regals and the Garvins of the world.
That's right.
Where are they on this? Where are they on this list?
They're not on the tag team list, dude, right now. Do you realize that?
No, I believe you. Like I said, I'm the only one that can't see it. So you and all the other people out there could be lying to me.
Here's the other part.
I am choosing to believe you.
Here's the other part. Not only are they not on the tag list, but when you look at the AWA singles rankings, Garvin is on there at number 4, and I won't go through the whole thing, but freaking Mr. Electricity Steve Regal is not on that list at all.
So that tells me maybe Vern was doing some short-term booking.
I mean, he had to get the belts off of him, I guess.
Right.
And so that's how it went. Real quick, and then we're going to get to our Smoky Mountain episodes for today. The World Class rankings, Killer Tim Brooks is 10, Kabuki's number 9, One Man Gang number 8, Brian Adidas is number 7, Kerry Von Erich is 6, Chris Adams is 5, Kevin Von Erich is 4, Bruiser Brody is 3, Gino is 2, and I can't believe what I'm looking at because I never thought they ranked him this high in World Class, even though I know he was great. Iceman King Parsons was number 1. That's your top 10 there. All right, y'all.
Well, and the one that surprises me more than Iceman being 1 is Kerry being 6, but whatever.
Yeah. Whatever. You're right. All right, everybody. That was the PWI Pro Wrestling Illustrated Top 10s from the January 1986 issue. And remember, this is only through September 4th of 1985, so they predated them. Again, it's through the period ending September 4th of 85, as you can see on your screen. From Mike and Doc and Hardbody Harper, who's not with us, but it will be with us shortly.
Hey.
We'll catch you next time. Book it.